Alright? First and foremost, I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakak Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and was worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace and salutations to you brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for the love of the gospel. Alright? It's the brother Gabaria from Indiana Camp coming back again with another sit down. Alright? Well, you know, it's going to be in the trans. As you see, I'm driving right now, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to read any scripture, but I'll try to quote them to the best of my ability. Alright? So, basically I wanted to talk about was having faith in the Lord is the substance of all things, man. All right, I want to give a few testimonies of some troublous times or some no way out sort of times, and just seeing it, you know, basically just seeing how the Lord delivered me from it. All right, just by having purity faith on Him. Okay. The one time I have two testimonies. The one testimony is when I was 20, I had a job. I had a job when I was working. I was working at basically a factory, and the pay wasn't really good. The pay was minimum wage, which in Indiana our minimum wage is $7.25. I was getting paid like $7.45, I believe. I was getting paid like $7.45 an hour. It was third shift, so I was working 11 to 7, and it was very rigorous hours. I mean, it was hard. You know, it was hard hours. You know, some days I wouldn't even go in because I'd just be so tired. Next, it's just basically it was really on top of that. Going in only making $230 a week wouldn't really be, you know, wouldn't really sustain us. Now mind that I was just about to have a son. You know, I was working there like around March, and I was just gonna have a son. I was just gonna have my child, which was gonna be born in October. So, you know, I worked there all that time, and you know, it was exciting having my first job and everything, but I wanted something else. I wanted something with a little bit more money because I couldn't really live off that. I couldn't really sustain myself off that. You know, and on top of that, I'm finna have a child in the world, so I couldn't really, how can I say, I couldn't really, take care of him off of that. $200 every week wasn't really, you know, worth it. It wasn't even, you know, enough. And then on top of that, I was thinking about still getting an apartment. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just save 3 checks and just use all 3 of those checks to pay my rent, and then just use the other check to get food. And like that was all that. Like that was gonna be the end all be all. Like no. I mean life was a little more harder than that. So basically, I basically prayed to the Lord and asked the Lord, can He find me another job? And the Lord answered me right away. Like, I think the month my son was about to be born, which was in October, I ended up leaving my job. I didn't leave it, but the brother Montezal was said he had, you know, he told me to come and put an application to where he works at. So, you know, I followed the Spirit. The Spirit said, hey, you pray for it, go ahead and do it. But the one thing is, if I missed another day of work, I would have got fired. So I was kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, because I had to go to work. I would have to go to work, and you know, I would have to go to work, or I would have to like miss one day of work because my schedule didn't match with the brothers Montezal's, because I went to work from 7 to 11. I went to work from 11 to 7. He would already leave the house at 6. So there's no possible way I could be like, oh, well, I'll just, you know, and he worked all the way in Chicago at the time. So it's not no like, oh, I'll just drive up there to where he worked at. No, that was like a long drive. So it wasn't no just go in the morning when you, no, it wasn't like that. It was kind of like, if I don't take this right now, I'll probably miss my opportunity. So I end up skipping a day of work, having faith, like, okay, I pray for this job. Maybe this is the Lord saying he's going to, give it to me. I pray for the job, and through the Spirit, probably I end up getting the job, and end up getting fired at the same time. But at that time, some brothers, some people would have been like, oh, you should have never did that. Why you quit your job? What if you never got that job? That was a risky decision. Yeah, it might have been risky, but guess what? I have faith in the Lord, man. And the one scripture I always thought about that I take real dear to heart is in the book of Hebrews, where it says, without faith it is impossible to please him. All right, who is the him? It's talking about Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. All right, it is impossible to please the Lord and without faith, man. So you have to believe. All right, that's the thing that's real heavy about being an Israelite, man. You have to believe that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua he is who he say he is, man. And best believe that if I believe the Lord got me, nothing's gonna stop me, man. My second testimony is this is the most recent one. I have a car that I got about around this time last year, and the job that I actually left my one job for, and I had got this time, was the job that I was about to leave, because as any job, it just grew to a point where I just didn't become substantial no more. It just didn't become beneficial. I was actually going on my second child, and I just needed more money, and that job wasn't doing it. So I ended up having to leave that job, but before I left that job, I had got me a car. So I was able to do the Uber and Lyft thing. So I ended up doing the Uber and Lyft thing for about a year, and what happened is so I kind of lost my train of thought. So what happened is I was doing the Uber and Lyft thing, and my car would really be messing up a lot, like more than usual. So I'm like, I prayed to the Lord, like, Lord, is it time for me to get another job? And I cast a lot, and the lot fell on and said, yes, it's time for me to get another job. So, I deal with the lot said I was gonna try to find me a job. I ended up finding one a week later. So I called myself kind of, okay, I'm gonna, basically, work this job and try to get everything back on straight. But it happened where a week or 2 weeks after I got hired, my car got repoed. So I had an option was, either, quit that job and try to go get my car back, just, use my check, because I got paid the day right after my car got repoed. So was I going to drop my whole check to get my car back, or do I just have faith in the Lord and let the Lord work it out? Best believe I let the Lord work it out. First of all, the Lord put a spirit on me where I didn't even really care about the car really coming, getting took it. The car was too much anyways. The car was like, it was a bad choice anyways. I still owe $16,000 on the car, and the car was 2012, and the car had 127,000 miles on it. So I know that's not a lot of miles, but it was still pretty high, and then on top of that, I didn't have, and the way I said, the Lord looked at me for them because I didn't have a way back and forth to work. So, of course I panicked a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, how am I gonna get back and forth to work? But I asked my what's it called, supervisor, could I take the company vehicle home and back and forth to work until I get me another car? And through the Spirit power of Yahweh Shani Ashah, he says yes. So now I have a way back and forth to work through the company vehicle. So there's no possible way I could have known that he's gonna let me borrow this. It's just the Lord basically was looking out for me. You know, I listened to what the Lord said. The Lord wanted me to get the job. I got the job, and then, you know, boom, you know, it's not no contradiction. The Lord didn't give me the job just for me to lose it, you know? And I had faith that the Lord said it was going to do what he said, you know? So, you know, basically those two testimonies is why I wholeheartedly believe faith is a very, very substantive thing, man. All right? It's a very key thing that you must need. It's not no thing that you should take lightly, saying, "Oh, I believe in the Lord when it's feasible." No, believe in the Lord, and that's what the Lord looking for, man. That's what the Lord wants. The Lord wants that when you have no other way out, when you have no scapegoat, when you think that no one else has your back. The Lord wants you to lean on Him like that, you know. The Lord wants that trust, that faith, man. You know. Now I'm kind of at the point, you know, where I don't even let things bother me no more. I don't even let things phase me as normal people do, man. I don't let things phase me and says, "Oh, you lost your house. What you gonna do? You got such. You got such." I'm like, listen, man. If I lost my house, man, the Lord wanted me to lose the house, man. All right. I'm at the point where it's at, you know, and it's beautiful because the first person I've ever seen at this point was Apostle Ricard, and he tried to be back in New York at a certain time, and I was driving him to Chicago, and I felt bad because I actually missed the turn, which made him late, and I thought he was gonna cuss me out. I thought I was gonna get rebuked. I thought I was gonna, you know, basically, you know, have the Apostle cuss me out, and the Apostle said, "Don't worry about it, brother. I guess the Lord just didn't want me to get on this flight," you know. He said, "Yeah, hey brother, don't worry about it. I guess the Lord just didn't want me to get on this flight. It's cool. I'll just get on the next one first thing tomorrow morning." And I'm like, wow, like you just missed a whole flight. Like I'm thinking, like, you know, you said you wanted to get back in New York at a certain time, and you know he was just basically rushed off his shoulder like it was nothing, you know. So I'm like, you know, wow, like, and I ain't say I envy that, but I wanted that faith. I wanted that. Wow, I kind of want to be like that. I want to have that type of you know, don't worry about it. You know, everything's gonna be kind of okay. Always gonna be okay. You know. Now, of course, I'm not gonna always be like that. Of course, I'm gonna worry about certain things, like, oh man, I need to, you know, figure out a way how to pay this rent because I need to, you know. But ultimately, as far as pulling my hair out and always dwelling on it and tripping about it, I'm not like that no more, man. Because I know through the spirit part of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, the Lord got me. All right. And if things do go left, if things don't go the way I think, guess what? Oh well, the Lord still has me. Okay. The Lord's not gonna forsake me. All right. Through the spirit, you know, that I hope. You know, He hasn't done it yet. You know. So this video, slacking for being long-winded, but this video was just basically about my two testimonies about being faithful, you know, truly believing in the Lord, all right, because the Lord is not going to fail you, okay. Lord willing, I hope this video is edifying. Again, slacking for being so long-winded, you know. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Shem Kakodash, and Shalom to the faithful elect. Shalom.